together. A social welfare team because he was concerned about the family. Dr. Cooper explained to you how that works. That's a UCLA protocol. It had nothing to do with Conrad Murray. Conrad Murray relays that he pulled Michael Jackson's mother aside and pulled his chair up close to her and asked if there was anything he could do. And she asked what happened. He didn't know. This grieving mother, still in one of the rooms at UCLA, just looking for answers after Michael Jackson had been pronounced dead. And he pulled his chair up close. Those were his words. And he looked at Mrs. Jackson and said he didn't know. Poor Conrad Murray. Ladies and gentlemen, the law is very clear on the issues of causation. And the defense theory that Michael Jackson self-administered is not an unforeseen or extraordinary occurrence. Again, from Conrad Murray's own statement, he described Michael as having a dependency issue on this drug. He said Michael Jackson liked to push it himself. And he is the one that gave Michael Jackson the Valium, the midazolam, the lorazepam, and the propofol, and abandoned Michael Jackson. The people cannot prove exactly what happened behind those closed doors. As I stated earlier, Michael Jackson could give answers, but he is dead. But you know what was happening every night. You know the volume of propofol that was being shipped. You know what was and was not found. And you know Michael Jackson died from propofol intoxication. A natural and probable consequence, a foreseeable, predictable consequence. That is why you don't give propofol in a bedroom. Every doctor agreed on that. There is nothing unusual or unpredictable about what happened. What is unusual or unpredictable is that Michael Jackson lived as long as he did under the care of Conrad Murray in this situation. Ladies and gentlemen, if Conrad Murray felt so deeply for Michael Jackson, if he felt so much for his welfare, then I would say this: actions speak far louder than words. Because what Conrad Murray did is continue the propofol, continue the benzodiazepines when he knew full well what it was doing to him. If, based on no other evidence, you know he knew on May 10th when he recorded that drugged up recording. Ladies and gentlemen, as I started, this was a relationship built on trust. And Michael clearly did trust his life into the hands of Conrad Murray. Not only on a nightly basis for the 2 months you know about, but on June 25th, 2009. Conrad Murray brought the propofol into the house. Conrad Murray administered the propofol. Conrad Murray abandoned his patient. Conrad Murray failed to provide any monitoring equipment, resuscitative equipment, backup personnel. Conrad Murray failed to call 911. Conrad Murray is criminally liable for the death of Michael Jackson, not because it is Michael Jackson, but because Conrad Murray acted with criminal negligence. he was a substantial factor in the death of Michael Jackson. And I ask you to consider all the evidence in this case, to apply the law that the judge gave you, to work together as jurors and go through the evidence. And I trust you'll find that, again, although you have a very important role, at the end of the day, the issue of whether or not Conrad Murray was criminally negligent is not that complicated. This type of medical care has never been seen. This was a pharmaceutical experiment in a bedroom. I trust and I ask that you return with the only right verdict in this case, the only true verdict in this case, and the only just verdict in this case. I ask that you return with a verdict of guilty for the solitary count of involuntary manslaughter based on Conrad Murray's actions and his actions alone. Thank you.